The history of Abo Tani in Arunachal Pradesh is deeply rooted in the region's indigenous belief systems, oral traditions, and cultural heritage. Abo Tani is considered a mythical and legendary figure, often revered as the ancestor of the various tribes in Arunachal Pradesh, particularly the Tani tribe. The story of Abo Tani represents the origin of humanity, the birth of different ethnic groups, and the relationships between nature and humankind. The legend of Abo Tani. According to the Tani tribe, the tale of Abo Tani centers on a divine being who descended from the heavens. Abo Tani is believed to be the first human, and it is said that from him, all the tribes of the region sprang forth. His story is a combination of creation, family, and the close bond between humans and the environment. Symbolism and cultural importance. 1. Creation of people and language. Abo Tani's descendants are thought to be the ancestors of various tribes in Arunachal Pradesh, and each of these tribes has its own version of the myth, but the central figure of Abo Tani remains the same. 2. Spiritual significance. Abo Tani is not just a cultural hero. He is seen as a spiritual figure who imparted wisdom and set the social norms that tribes follow today. 2. He is often depicted as a guide, leading people in their moral, spiritual, and daily life decisions. 3. Nature and environment. The story of Abo Tani also emphasizes the symbiotic relationship between people and nature. 3. He is said to have lived harmoniously with the natural world, setting an example of how humans should respect the land, the forests, and all living creatures. Tani and other tribes. While Abo Tani is most strongly associated with the Naishi, Galo, Adi, Apatani, Tagan and other people, many other tribes of Arunachal Pradesh also recognize Abo Tani in their oral traditions. Each tribe has its unique interpretation of his legacy, reflecting the diverse cultures of Arunachal Pradesh, but all share a common respect for him as a foundational ancestor. Modern relevance. In modern-day Arunachal Pradesh, Abo Tani remains a figure of immense cultural importance. His legacy is reflected in traditional festivals, rituals, and in the way the people of Arunachal Pradesh understand their origins. The belief in Abo Tani and his teachings helps reinforce the tribe's identity and connection to their land and traditions. In recent times, there have been efforts to preserve and promote the story of Abo Tani as part of the cultural heritage of the region. Abo Tani is not just a legendary figure but a living symbol of the deep-rooted connection between the people of Arunachal Pradesh and their ancestors, nature, and spiritual beliefs. The legend of Abo Tani continues to inspire the people of Arunachal Pradesh in maintaining their cultural identity, harmony with nature, and respect for their traditions. The figures of Abo Tani and Loba Tani are both important in the mythology of the Tani and other indigenous communities of Arunachal Pradesh, though they represent different aspects of the region's rich oral traditions. Here's a breakdown of the two figures. Abo Tani, the first ancestor. 1. Role. Abo Tani is considered the progenitor of the Tani people and, in many versions of the myth, of various other tribes in Arunachal Pradesh as well. 1. He is the first human being and is revered as the source of all life and civilization for the people of this region. 2. Mythological significance. Abo Tani is portrayed as a godlike figure who descended from the sky. 2. His story includes aspects of creation, the establishment of societal norms, and the relationship between humans and the natural world. 3. Cultural impact. Abo Tani's teachings and actions are foundational in the Apatani culture, as he set examples of how people should live in harmony with nature and each other. 3. He is often seen as the ultimate ancestor who represents the virtues of the tribe. Loba Tani, the younger figure. 1. Role. Loba Tani is considered Abo Tani's younger brother in some versions of the myth and is often depicted as a contrasting figure to Abo Tani. 1. While Abo Tani is the founder and the spiritual figurehead, Loba Tani is portrayed as more of a heroic or adventurous figure. 2. Mythological significance. Loba Tani's story is centered around bravery and the challenges he faced while exploring the world. 2. His role often emphasizes the adventurous and warrior-like qualities that complement Abo Tani's more peaceful and creator-like characteristics. 3. Cultural impact. In some versions of the myth, Loba Tani is said to have helped people adapt to various challenges, often involving conflicts or the need to protect the community from threats. 3. He represents the strength and courage needed to overcome adversity. Abo Tani vs. Loba Tani. 1. Origin vs. heroism. Abo Tani is seen as the first ancestor and the origin of humanity, embodying creation and wisdom. 1. In contrast, Loba Tani is more of a heroic figure, someone who follows in the footsteps of Abo Tani, but who also navigates through the challenges of the world in a more active, combative, and adventurous way. 2. Cultural balance. While Abo Tani sets the moral and spiritual framework for the community, Loba Tani brings in the aspect of strength, resilience, and heroism that is essential in facing the trials of life. 3. Symbolic representation. Abo Tani represents the foundation of life, while Loba Tani symbolizes the ongoing struggle and challenges humans face, making them complementary figures in the mythological landscape. Conclusion. In sum, Abo Tani and Loba Tani both have significant roles in the mythology and culture of the Tani people and other indigenous tribes in Arunachal Pradesh. Abo Tani is the creator, ancestor, and spiritual guide, while Loba Tani represents the adventurous, heroic aspect of human experience. Together, they offer a balanced view of the human condition, creation and survival, wisdom and strength, origin and ongoing struggle. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video. #StayCurious.